What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Daily Upside. I'm your host, Keenan Rivals. If this is your first time here on this channel, welcome. We talk about sports, sports cards, pretty much just anything to do with sports. And my goal here is to kind of show you how I look at the sports cards market, how I evaluate it, and how I tend to find undervalued plays. Now, if you guys haven't already, definitely like and subscribe here on YouTube, but also sign up for my newsletter. Every day I send out one or two emails kind of showing you some of the underrated plays in the sports cards market or just some plays that I think that are really good. I give you target prices, what I'll pay for the card, and it's absolutely free. Now there is a paid model if you want, a little more detail, but that's up to you guys. But you definitely check it out. Go to highupsideshow.com, throw in your email address, and you'll start getting emails and newsletters on the sports cards market as soon as tomorrow. Now, before we get into today's episode, I do want to let you guys know about the Panini Black giveaway. All the entries are in. A lot of you are like, hey, when is it happening? When is it happening? Probably going to go live on Saturday. And to answer your questions, that's when I pick the winner. So I'll take everybody's email address who participated. I'll put it in like a random org, and it'll kind of do its thing. We're going to pick a winner and then we'll open it right then and there. Probably do a little bit of Q&A as well because this box only has like 6 cards. So, we want it to be a little bit longer than 2 minutes. So yeah, if you guys aren't busy on Saturday, definitely tune into that. I'll probably go live around 6 or 7. I'll send out a newsletter to kind of let you know. But yeah, Saturday is looking like the day we're going to open up the Panini Black Box. So good luck to everybody who joined. And don't worry if we didn't get in this giveaway. We do one every month. I'll be announcing another one in a few days here after we open this. Getting into some NBA news, a lot of you are probably shocked around like 7 or 8 o'clock, just like me, when you saw that Russell Westbrook was traded to the Wizards. I didn't see this coming. I thought the Houston Rockets were going to like stick to their guns, bring both of those players in, and just see what was going to happen. This is a weird trade for me. It's definitely a weird trade. I don't think any of these guys are going to get better. No, I take that back. I think the Wizards will be better. Westbrook in the East is going to be nasty. But, in terms of just like better in terms of, they're not going to win a championship or they're not going to go any further than they would have. It's just going to be a little more exciting to be in Washington right now. In terms of the Rockets, I mean, they have a fun team. Christian Woods down there, my guy from Detroit. Um, it's going to be exciting to see what John Wall could do. He's going to have to play off ball to James Harden. I think he requested the trade because maybe he didn't want to be second fiddle to Bradley Beal, but now he's a for sure second fiddle. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out for both of those teams. What does this mean for sports cards? I don't know. Could it be a moment for Westbrook's card to go up? Could he pull a Chris Paul? Is it a moment for Bradley Beal's cards to go up? Maybe. And more important news, we saw that LiAngelo Ball has now joined the Detroit Pistons. I was kind of hyped about that. I'm not gonna lie. This photo is gonna be dope when he's in the Pistons jersey. I don't know if LiAngelo's actually gonna get to play. I mean, they put him on a non-guaranteed contract. The Pistons, they don't have a lot of depth at shooting guard. They have Svi Mikhailuk, and then they have Delon Wright, who can kind of play like a combo guard. We got Killian Hayes starting at point guard probably, and yeah, LiAngelo, he might get some minutes, he might not. I'm not sure. It could be a hype thing for the Pistons to try to fill some seats. We just built that new arena down here, and it hasn't been doing too well. A lot of people weren't going to the games pre-COVID, so it's going to be really rough for Detroit to get some people in the seats post-COVID. I'll be there. I'll be in the seats. So yeah, hopefully I get to see LiAngelo play. At the end of the day, though, this is the guy who really won. It's LeVar Ball. He got all 3 of his kids in the NBA. Got to be a proud moment for him. So yeah, super happy to see that we actually picked somebody up. And again, I don't know if LiAngelo is going to like get any real clock in Detroit, but what it shows me is that Detroit's going young, man. They're not trying to be contenders anymore. That really upset me when they were trying to be an 8th seed for like 5 years in a row. I just didn't get it. So I see them spending some money now. They're getting some young players. They're getting some draft picks. Maybe we can start rebuilding this team because it's cold in the D. It really is. Anyway, I know I'm more excited about that than you guys are. So let's get to some sports cards, kind of go over some auctions, see what happens, see what the market's doing. We just had a Luka Doncic select courtside in. It sold for $6,350. A few weeks ago, this would have been exciting. We've seen a lot of people cashing in on our courtside cards. They're starting to go to new owners, which is good because that sets like the bottom now. So like a lot of people who got into these cards, they bought them for like $500 or $1,000, and now the new people are like, "Hey, I bought it for 6,000." So setting that new bottom high is always good because that's just going to push the market up for him. Like whoever bought this card, whoever bought the last few cards, they're probably not going to sell them at a loss now. So this is the new bottom for Luca, and it's just new data for us to kind of compare. For other players, Luca's going for 6,000. No other rookies, really within that price range. Everybody else is like 2,500. That seems to be like the next tier for select, and then it kind of goes down to like 15, and so on and so forth. So yeah, really, really cool to see this card consistently going for 6,000 now. I think two actually ended yesterday. If you still haven't picked up a court side of your favorite player, you guys know what to do. I feel like a broken record right now, but yeah, you got to report the news. We also saw that Kyrie's Prism Silver sold for $4,749. That's a lot of money. At one point in time, I think this card was about 3,000, and that was kind of high. And now we're seeing it, up $1,500. Now the reason I showed you guys these two cards were because they're kind of in that upper price point. This is 47.49. The Luca's going for 6,350. What is the real potential on these cards? When we're buying these cards for $6,000 and $7,000, especially a base court side, not taking away from the base court side, but it's just a base court side. What are we really looking to get in return? I mean, if we 2x, we're talking this Kyrie is going to be 9,500. If we 2x in a Luca, it's going to be going for 1,300. Is that realistic? Do we think that's actually going to happen? I get really excited when I see cards sell for these price points because it shows me the potential of all the cards in the market. But at the same time, as it from an investment perspective, like I mean, 2x in your money is damn good, in any other market. But in the basketball card market, we're used to like 3-4x, and so you know Kyrie's Prism Silver going to go for 20,000? You start to think like, is it the best way to invest your money, or is it just a little ego going on here? So I want to know what you guys think about that. If you had $5,000, if you had $10,000, would you be picking up two Kyrie Prism Silvers, or would you pick up 10 Prism Base, or we know whatever number amount? Are you guys? I think when we get a little more money and we get into higher end price points, we start making bad investments, myself included. We start buying cars for 5,000 and then selling them for 6,000. And like, yeah, we made $1,000, but really only made like 20%, which is kind of whack compared to like what the market is doing right now. So yeah, something to think about for you guys who are playing with a little more money. Having these cards is cool. You get some likes on Instagram, but are they always the best investment? And are they the best long-term investment? I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Here's another good example of that. Michael Porter Jr.'s selects courtside silver actually ended as well. This is a PSA 10, and it's over $3,000. Now, this is a very rare card. I think it's like a pop 7 or something like that. And I remember being in Discord, and there's this guy who had a select silver PSA 10 MPJ, and I want to say he wanted like 450 for it, and I was like 300, bro. And he's like, nah. And then I got him really close to 300. He thought about it, and then he was like, nah. And I think from that moment, I was like, he's going to break at $300. I'm going to wait it out. And I hit him up like a few times. He never broke. And then I kind of just forgot about the card. And now that card is going for $3,000. Now I had a lot of Michael Porter Jr. cards, so I can probably tell that story about every one of his cards. But yeah, this is insane. Like, this is insane that MPJ is going for this much. Obviously, the hobby really, really likes him. He has a lot of potential. And I'm excited to see how this plays out for whoever picked up this card. I'm excited to see how much the next MPJ courtside silver goes for. One thing I do like about this is that it makes me really happy to have the Trae Young courtside silver. Like, I paid 5,000 for it. It was kind of a gamble. Now I'm feeling really good about that card in the position that I'm in with it. So, if MPJ is going for 3,000 on his first run, I'm sure the next one to go for a little bit higher, and that just puts Trae Young in a better spot because the multiplier method. Last but not least, we have another courtside card. I swear I don't do these things on purpose. I think these auctions just stand out to me. And again, this is from Devin Booker, and this one's a little different than the other one. So this is a 2015-16 courtside. You can see it kind of has like a little checker box. Back then, courtside cards had that checker that we all hate when it comes to select, but we love it when it comes to optic. Very, very weird how we operate. But yeah, this card sold for $4,161. And I know you guys are like, Keenan, we get it. Courtside silver is a big bang for your buck set. Yes, it is, but that's not what I'm getting at. People tend to not respect or appreciate older cards. Um, 2017-18 courtside silver. easy money. 2018-19 courtside silver, easier money. 2019-20 courtside silver, big money. But when you get to like 2015-16 is when I actually think it originated. I could be wrong. No, it was 2014-15 because Zach Levine and all them. But yeah, when you get to like 2014-15, when you get to 2015-16, Select is just not a respected set. When you get to 2016-17, it's kind of not respected. I showed you guys the Joel Embiid card and Morning Bins, and kind of, if you're part of the membership, you kind of got that analysis about how it just wasn't respected. And up until now, you can kind of say the same thing for these other sets. This 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 Devin Booker courtside silver selling for $4,161 is a big leap from what they were going for. And to a lot of us, that's a lot of money. But I don't even think this is the same price as his Prism Silver PSA 10. When we look at courtside silver amongst other sets, they tend to go for about 3x the Prism Silver PSA 10, at least for Luca. Luca's Prism Silver is 8,000. His court size like 24,000 or 22,000. I want to say Devin Booker's Prism PSA 10 is about 4,000, maybe. Meaning this one should be around 16,000, and that's not the case. It's not 16,000. So even though this card's going for a really high amount of money right now, it's kind of a bargain comparatively. But yeah, the reason I bring this up is because this is the first time I've kind of seen these cards get some respect. I think the last one sold for 3,000. Now this one's selling for 4,000. And I think it's going to keep going up because these are courtside silver cards. They should be high. This if Michael Porter Jr. is 3,000, then Devin Booker should be, a lot higher. And I bring it up because there's a lot of opportunity with courtside. Now, before I show you this, I'm not telling you guys to go buy these cards. I'm not saying these are the best deals on the market. I'm just giving you some examples of how they're not really appreciated. You find your guy, you find your price. So yeah, we see Kristaps Porzingis. You can get a courtside silver for $1,200. Now, maybe you like Porzingis, maybe you don't. And I'm almost 1,000% certain that if this card was in auction, it would be like a $400 card or $500 card. So again, not telling anybody to go hit these bins because they're overpriced, even though they're underrated. But this is just a clear example that these cards are not respected. I mean, they this probably isn't even getting any offers or attention. It's one watch in the last 24 hours. No one's looking up courtside silver for 2015. No one cares. 2016-17, we got a Ben Simmons just sitting here. Now we just saw his Prism Silver PSA 10 sell for 2,000. Again, probably wouldn't sell for $1,000 in an auction. If this card was in an auction, it might get $600, $500. But if you were a gambling person, $1,000 based on the overall value probably isn't that bad. But again, no respect. We don't care about courtside from older years. We got Michael Porter Jr. going for 3,000. Ben Simmons can't get $1,000. Same thing here. D'Angelo Russell, wouldn't recommend buying this. But again, just showing you guys if these are just out there on the market, nobody cares about them. Got a PSA 10. If you're not a BGS person, nobody cares. So it's a really smart play, in my opinion, to start looking at some of these modern day cards. Jason Tatum, Luca, whoever else you like, or whoever else is doing well, and go back and notice that some of the older guys don't sell for nothing. Back to the Joel Embiid example, he's not selling. He's not selling for anything. Joel Embiid is DeAndre Ayton prices right now. No one's comparing him to Jokic and trying to see if it's a good arbitrage. I think it is. I think Embiid's Prism PSA 10 for $250 is a steal. I don't even have Embiid up. He wasn't even supposed to be a part of the show, but I'm just trying to show you guys that these 2014-15 guys, these 2015-16 guys, they still have some value. They still have some life, and it might be worth doing some digging. I remember buying Zach Levine Prism PSA 10 cards. I'm like, he's a good player for like $20. And then out of nowhere, nothing, they just shot up. It wasn't for any particular reason. He didn't do anything different. It was just like it was like, oh man, Zach Levine's cheap. And then they went and bought him. So I think that's going to happen amongst a lot of players. Embiid put up like 30 points his last game in the playoffs. Like he's a bucket, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just showing you guys just to let you know to look at some older plays. There's still so much value left in this market because everybody's kind of getting educated and everyone's catching up. And at least that's what I'm trying to do for everybody here. So again, if you guys haven't signed up for the newsletter, definitely go do so because we talk about these things every day in depth. If you sign up for the membership program, you'll get some additional articles, some additional thoughts. I have one coming out on Monday about my top 5 buys to kind of get you guys prepped for the NBA season. And yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Check me out on Instagram, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Be sure to share this video on Twitter or any social media platform. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, so that's pretty crazy. We're getting up there. We're not as big as the big channels, but we got our own little thing here, and I kind of like it. So yeah, definitely subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Happy investing.